What's up, everybody? So, I didn't get to do a reenactment like I wanted to, but let's get to what this video is going to be about. So, what was it? Last week now, wasn't it? Yeah, it was last week now. Last week, we went down to First Fridays, which is an event here in Kansas City. It basically is just, you have a whole bunch of local artists, whether it's the fine arts, so paintings, drawings, but you also have performance, you have music, you have pretty much everything. And we go down to the Crossroad district over downtown, and you have pretty much galleries open, people performing in the streets, music or acting, and that really is what we were planning to go take advantage of. And I was trying to catch some film of that, and so I took my camera to the truck, and I found this great POV shot, and I was like, oh, this will be great. And lo and behold, I forgot to clean off the area on the truck. And so when halfway there, we were on the highway, we were crossing a bridge, and all of a sudden, the mount went flying off, landed on the bridge, on the side. There was no side medians, and we turned around, tried to get it, but there was just too much traffic. And I couldn't stop and safely get the camera. So we were like, okay, let's wait till later on. It was about 7 o'clock, give or take, maybe a little bit earlier. We stopped on the, a little bit ahead of the bridge and kind of walked back towards in the middle area, and it just wasn't there. And now every time I cross that area of the highway, it just brings back painful memories. I knew that equipment losses were going to be part of the deal. I just didn't think it was going to be this soon, and I really did love that camera. That was actually the first camera I got. I lost the mount, I lost the camera, and I lost the SD card with some of the footage that I had for previous videos, and I don't even remember what else was on there, quite honestly. But unfortunately, I have to take that loss. And so at this point, pretty much I was like, man, what do I do now? So I decided the next day that I was going to try to invest in something else, some more equipment, because obviously I needed it. After losing that, I obviously looked for the same camera, because I really did like it. It's a Sony action camera, and it was a great camera. I mean, that's what I pretty much used to make the other previous videos. I rarely used the Nikon. This Nikon is pretty much going to be for more like this sit-down sessions, or things that I can kind of stabilize and carry that camera, because it's a little heavier and it's a little bigger. That's why I like the action cameras, and I like using those a little bit more for mobile situations, which is pretty much all I've done. So I got on there, looked for the action camera, only found one. I tried to negotiate with the guy online, but he really wasn't having it. And I mean, to be fair, he did have it at a pretty low price. But those cameras, I mean, they're not big sellers. They're not name brand that people are looking at. They're not GoPros, which is really like that. The GoPro has destroyed everything in that market. In the action camera market, the GoPro owns that market. So there's really little cameras that kind of even get close to it. But the Sony did really well. I mean, as far as the wide angle lens is concerned, for POV shots and things like that, like driving situations, it really was a contender. Close-up shots, not so much. To me, and so I went out and I invested in these things. So I pretty much got two Samsungs, and I work in the wireless industry. For those of you who don't know, I was considering the iPhone 7, but I got these for like half of the cost of the iPhone. So it was either spend $700 on an iPhone or get these for like around $400 each. And then the big, really kind of an investment that I made was the Osmo Mobile. I read reviews, I kind of did my research, and I actually made a mistake. So this was actually supposed to be the gimbal that had the camera attachment. Unfortunately, when I saw it, I got really excited, and I kind of jumped the gun on it and bought it the next day from a guy online. And it was a big mistake. Luckily, it was a good mistake, because I actually got a pretty decent price on it, and it came with these two accessories, the mount and an extra battery. Retail price, you're looking at $299.99 plus taxes and shipping. You're looking at $40, and you're looking at, I think this was like $30. So this is almost like $450 in equipment. The battery is probably the best investment, and the mount is pretty cool. From what I've read on reviews and what I've seen, it comes in handy, especially when charging. I mean, you wouldn't think that, but that could be a really, quality saver, because if you're leaving it on the ground and someone steps on it or whatever the case may be, or if you're charging it somewhere, you can kind of stand it in. It's a little bit more noticeable, and it's just a little bit more, it facilitates kind of organization and things like that. So that's pretty cool. So I want to do an opening of those three things for you. We'll start probably with the gimbal itself. So pretty much what this is a mobile stabilizer. So it's a stabilizer for your mobile cameras. And pretty much what it does is it kind of just makes the quality of the footage or the pictures that much better, because you're not holding it directly. So it attempts to kind of stabilize the image. It makes it a lot smoother, the quality a lot cleaner, a lot nicer. And so from what I've read, it has really good reviews. And I said, I could either go buy a DSLR, which will run me right around, anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 for something entry level, probably, decent entry level at least, with lenses and all that. Or I can kind of invest in this. And for what I'm doing, I think this would be a perfect entry level investment. I also have a buddy of mine that a coworker that might be interested in buying it. So I was like, what the heck, I'll get a deal and try to see if I like it. And if I don't like it, I know he wants it for sure. I can just kind of, if it doesn't go according to plan, I could sell it to him, for the same price I got it for. He gets the deal and I get my money back, no losses. Which is pretty much something that you want to do financially, is make sure that, whatever you're doing, you're getting use out of it. And if you're not getting use out of it, you're able to kind of liquidate it and mitigate your losses. That's pretty much financial tip number one on the channel, is mitigate your losses to whatever you're buying. Make sure that you're not overspending, and make sure that you're getting the most bang for your buck. Right off the bat, I'll tell you guys, I did take the plastic off already, because I wanted to make sure that everything worked when I bought it from the guy. But, the box is still new and it's still intact. Everything's still brand new. I just opened it that one time. Right off the bat, I'll tell you guys one thing. This quality feels amazing. This is a well-designed box, well-designed packaging. It's very nice, very high quality. It feels like $1 million. And so that's right off the bat a really good sign. So pretty much instructions. I'm pretty sure this is pretty much all the warranty and all that, and then the component itself. So I'll tell you one thing right now. I'm just getting out of the foam, so it's like a foam encasing, and then the gimbal itself. It feels really good quality. It has a rubber textured grip, which is pretty nice. This feels really good quality, really heavy, really stable. It might take some getting used to. I feel it like loose, but I'm sure once it turns on, it's definitely gonna feel a lot better. Battery here, pretty good sized battery as well. And from what I've read, it's anywhere from maybe 2 to 4 hours on this thing, I guess, depending on how much you use it, and things like that. But roughly, I think about 2.5 hours is average for that battery. It feels really good in your hand. Okay, so I'm guessing I have to attach it to something. So we'll leave that for a little bit later and kind of turn it on and kind of play with it a little bit on camera. But let me get on to these things. The stand, it's called the Osmo Base. And so pretty much just a sturdy platform. It has foam at the bottom of it in here. It has a little button here to kind of attach it and detach it to. So pretty cool. It feels like it can support the weight. Feels really good, really sturdy, high quality. And you're dealing with DJI, which there's no sponsorship here. I just kind of did my research. This is kind of the avenue that I wanted to take, but I did my research, and DJI has really great reviews, really supportive followers. There's a lot of forums out there. The drones make great quality drones, and I've heard really good thing about the camera gimbals. And so it's not a new product, but it's a little bit more recent than the camera one. A lot of the things that are negative are really kind of when they're doing updates. Extra battery. So this I know will come in handy for sure. We have a traveling case. This feels really good too, really sturdy. And then side pockets, 2 side pockets on the side for your accessories, I guess. So like extra batteries or whatever the case may be. I like the padding, so that's really nice. I like that. That's definitely going to be a big plus, because you don't want to go out and have to buy another carrying case, which most stuff you do have to. But alright guys, so I have charged the Samsung up a little bit. I do want to test this out for you guys just a little bit at least, and kind of give you my first impressions of it. I have downloaded already the DJI Go app, and I've done the SIM card installing already because they were unlocked. So all of that good stuff is taken care of. Alright guys, so I'm kind of recording the screen as well. So I'm going to try to get you dual footage on that. Alright guys, so we're kind of recording the screen as well. So I'm going to try to get you dual footage on that. So apparently you have to leave it loose, let go of everything, and then turn on the device, and then it stabilizes for you. And there we go. So it's up and running. So if you guys can see, there's a couple buttons on there. This button is to control the gimbal itself, so you can kind of control the direction of it. This is to snap a photo, so like if you wanted to take a photo, you could just go and photo. I heard the snap. So you have this is the power button, and then from what I hear is a single hold will maintain focus on that. Let's say, so for example, let's say we're holding and focus on this stand, and so if I hold the button, it moves by itself. I'm not holding anything. It kind of just holds focus on that thing. I guess depending on the movement you make, it'll depend. So it holds focus on whatever you're trying to point at. If you double tap it, it'll center itself, so it'll focus straight on that. So right now I'm focusing on this, and then I believe 3 times flips the camera. So pretty cool actually. I like it a lot. I mean, those are just the general features right now, but that's pretty cool. So another thing we have on there is so right now I have the guided lines on. I guess you can change that here, the grid. So you can do center point, you can do none, you can do grid lines. So I'll change it to none for right now. Video resolution, obviously you want to go with 1080p, but I guess you can change it, so that's definitely handy on the app itself. White balance, you can change that to incandescent, fluorescent, sunny, cloudy, or auto. We'll leave it on auto for right now. Flash, you can do flash on, auto, or always on. We'll leave it off. We already did the grid. And then you have gimbal, so like pinch lock. I'm not sure what pinch lock is. Phone detection, I know, is basically so it connects automatically to your phone. And then the scene mode is pretty much what I've read is the most useful, and that's either sport or walk. So I guess depending on how aggressive you're trying to record on, that'll pretty much give you the option to do that. And then we have this, which is pretty cool. So from what I've read, it has active tracking. So we'll test that out right now, see how true that holds. Let's try now. And then so I don't know. I mean, I do have it on the stand, but I'm kind of moving along. And so I guess for slow pace things, I mean, that'll definitely come in handy at car shows. But as far as how well you want it, I guess it'll just depend on what you're actually doing, if it's useful or not. But I mean, for what it is, it's not bad. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like always, add me on the social medias. Instagram or Twitter are probably the most secure. The Facebook page needs some revamping, so I will be doing that in the next few weeks. But I'll put the descriptions here. Also, down in the comments, tell me if you guys think that I made the right decision going with the Samsungs, or should I stick with the iPhone. I'm an iPhone guy by heart, But over the course of doing this channel, I have found Samsung a little bit more helpful. Just as far as their open platform, so screen recording is a lot easier. Transferring files is a lot easier, both on Apple and on Windows. Samsung has definitely proved, well, Android, I would say, not Samsung, but Android has definitely proved that it's a big contender when it comes to open software. Now with that comes security trade-off, but I guess it just depends. You got to pick your poison. Hopefully you guys keep showing me support. I did get a lot of message about World of Wheels, and so hopefully I see some of you guys there. I know a friend of mine wanted to get some kind of group together, so we'll see if that pans out or not. But regardless, I do want to bring you guys more content with more people. I've just had so much on my plate right now. A lot of personal issues going on with my family that I really won't get into too many specifics. But hopefully things turn out well. I appreciate all of you guys' support, for all of you guys who have been supporting me through these times, and definitely appreciate the continued interest in the video. So hopefully we can spread the message, get the word out on the channel, and definitely keep making you guys some great content. Please subscribe, like, share. It's really important. Comment also. I definitely want to see some comments on this video. Also, just in case, comment down below what you guys think of DJI. Tell me if you guys have any tips, tricks, or media that I should be looking into to kind of get more familiar with the products themselves. Tell me if you guys have anything, and if you guys enjoy it. I'll definitely be looking forward to reading those comments. Also, oh, that's another thing that I forgot. Big announcement, and I'll make it one of these videos. So if we can hit, I would say, let's hit 100 likes. I really need subscriber base to grow in the next 30 days so that I can get a channel name into the search engine. But I'm gonna try hard to hit those numbers, not for the pay, but for the exposure. I really want to get my message across to as many people as I can. That, like I told you guys since the beginning, is the biggest intention of the channel. Is just to kind of create a community and hopefully get a positive message out there on shit other than Donald Trump, because Lord knows we need that. And if you guys are supporters of Donald Trump, don't take that to offense. Just what I'm talking about is the politics, the negativity, the media, and what the status quo is on conversations out in the real world right now have changed so much. And I don't know if it's because we're fresh off of that, or if it's just that's how it's going to be from now on. But I really want to get you guys thinking and doing and kind of enjoying some other things. So the thing is, I need 200 subscribers by 30-day mark. So I want to get a channel name so that whenever you pop it into the search engine, it actually comes up, and I don't have to keep harassing people with these links and tags and stuff like that. Obviously, I'll keep doing that. And if you guys are annoyed by it, feel free to unfriend me, or feel free to kind of inbox me and say, hey, don't tag me in your videos, please. Whatever the case may be. But that being said, so I have a giveaway. If I can hit 200 subscribers in the next week, and if I can at least get 50 likes on one of there's going to be 3 videos in sequence coming out. If you guys can do that, I have a product that I'm going to be giving away, and I'll do a video on it pretty soon. I want to give you guys this for all the support, for hopefully your guys' joint efforts and kind of trying to get this channel off the ground. Like I said, there's going to be 2 more videos, and I'll put another message in each of those videos in order to kind of keep pushing that envelope. If we can do that in 1 week, I'll give this to one of my followers. Technically 4 things. So comment, like, and share. I will count as one because it's literally like one button. And then add me on Twitter and Instagram. You have to do those 4 things in order to qualify. So I'll pick one random person off of the list. I'll go down, check out whoever's username it is, and we'll go ahead and check it out and see if you're on the Twitters, if you're on the Instagrams, and if you shared the video. If you can do those 4 things, these might be yours. So hopefully you guys like headphones enough, and I'm sure some Beats are not, they're not just any giveaway. If you guys can do that, these are yours. It'll be completely at random, So don't inbox me. There's not going to be any favoritism, even though I like all of you guys. I'll make a video. That way you guys know I'm being transparent whenever I do the random giveaway. I'll have someone either help me with it, or like I said, I'll be recording, so that won't be an issue. But I'll record the giveaway so you guys know what's going on. And I'll see you guys later.
That means